day one of Troy Bohling's trial, and his lawyer comes out saying, hold up, he did it. Troy Bohling is the Michigan guy who attacked two University of Chicago students, essayed one of them, and threw them off a cliff at the Cinderella Castle in Germany. One of them fell 165 feet to her death. The other one hit a tree halfway down and survived. It is a huge tourist attraction. There's like 61 million visitors a year. Basically the castle that Cinderella was based on, Magic Kingdom. A lot of people travel here. And so these two girls had just graduated and they were on this bridge. This is a famous bridge where a lot of people are taking pictures. And they ran into another American tourist, Troy Bohling. And he was like, you know what? I know the best spot where you could take pictures. Come up here. Like, there's nobody around. You won't have to be in the crowd. You can get away from people and you can get the best shot, best Instagram pic. So they trust him and they go with him up into the spot. Meanwhile, he's sending pics back and forth to this girl from Thailand. Every step of the way. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. His last pic that he sent to her was of the two girls in that spot, saying, look at these two. I'm just watching these two, trying to get a good Instagram pic. So he clicks send, and then he attacks them.
His face was covered in deep red scratch marks, and his neck as well. There was clearly a struggle there, and he just had a frown on his face. He didn't say anything. He had a sort of disturbed look.
So Eva Lou was the main subject of his attack, and as he was trying to assay her, her friend tried to jump in and try to stop it, and he pushed her off the cliff. And she was the one that got pushed, and halfway down, she caught a tree or something, so she didn't fall all the way down. He was essaying this other girl. Other tourists were starting to come up upon him, and he heard them coming. He pushed her off the cliff too, and she fell all the way down to the bottom. Both were airlifted out of there, and she did not make it. Big thing about this case is all the victims and the suspect are all Americans. And there was a big question about whether everything was going to happen in the US or in Germany, but it ended up everything is happening in Germany. So the legal system is very different than what it is here. It's not a jury of your peers. It's basically the prosecutor laying out what they allege and the reasons why they believe he did it. And then, it's pretty quick, and the judge is like, okay, this is what you get, life in prison, whatever. But his lawyer came out immediately and was like, he did it. Yep, he did it. So back home where he's from, his family was kind of denying that they knew him, and people that knew him, he had a girlfriend in high school that was like, she can't believe that he would do something like that.
Thought, no, that can't be next door. They seem like a very good family, very quiet. The boys are always quiet. They don't bother anybody. He's never spoke to me or anything like that, but it still shocks me.
Everyone just said he was a quiet, introverted kid that played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. Also had some child cornflakes on his phone. The real tragedy in this case is that these two girls were successful students and going on a once-in-a-lifetime trip and having a magical time that someone decided to turn into a horror movie. And it's really disturbing to think that there are some people out there, no matter what's going on, the second they see an opportunity like that, they're going to just take it when there's an opportunity where they are in a position where they can just overpower someone, even if it's in broad daylight in a very populated spot. That is insane. I would imagine his sentencing is going to come pretty quick, because if they've already admitted guilt, it's just sentencing then, right? But I think there are some logistics that have to be figured out. Where is he going to do his sentence? Is it going to be in Germany or in the US? And, in Germany, you're eligible for parole after 15 years. So when he's on parole, is he going to come back to the US and they're going to keep track of him? I doubt it. So is he now a citizen of Germany? Is this a creative way to get German citizenship? I don't know. So now that we know that he unequivocally did it, the question is, when is he getting out to play the next round of Dungeons and Dragons in real life?